fabulous. I'm Amber, CTRS and Reiki Grandmaster. Have you ever had a conversation with somebody that didn't go well? Or maybe there's conversations that you just can't have, either in person or on the phone because maybe it's not safe. Today, we're going to give you an opportunity to explore a little exercise that will allow you the option to have these conversations in a space where your recipient is going to get the message, but also it's safe for you as well. So, there's no better way for me to demonstrate this concept than to just go ahead and show you an actual energetic conversation taking place in person. So I have my chair here that's going to be my sit-in. My person that I want to engage with is going to be in this chair, and I'm going to be directing my conversation to them. The beautiful thing about energetic conversations is you don't really have to do a whole lot. I would definitely recommend grounding yourself. So I have a few essential oils for that purpose. I have the Balance Grounding Blend from doTERRA Essential Oil Collection. And I also am going to use Brave, which is the Courage Blend from the Children's Collection, a little bit of that. And I'm going to use the Protective Blend, also from the Children's Collection. It's called Stronger. I'm just going to put a little bit of that, make sure that I feel nice and solid and grounded. When you're engaging with the energy of the individual that you want to speak with, it's important to understand that you can say whatever you want to them. I almost feel like it's almost a one-way conversation because you get to say whatever you want using whatever language you want while you're engaged with this person. And on soul level, they're going to receive the message. Understand this may need to be repeated a few times in order for you to start to see like real life results in some cases, but it does give you a safe space to release all of the things that you've been holding on to, especially in situations where you think the person that you're going to engage with is either not going to be receptive to what you have to say, or maybe they're in spirit, maybe they're not on the physical plane anymore, or maybe distance separates you such that these conversations are either uncomfortable or not possible. So I'm going to invite the energy of the person I wish to speak with. And what that consists of is just visualizing this person sitting here and beginning your conversation. I'm not going to lie, this is hard. For me, it's something that I have needed to do for a while and haven't, simply because it's been uncomfortable. So creating this safe space for myself and for this person will be very helpful in terms of getting the message across. So my person is sitting here and I get to say whatever I want, which is a beautiful thing. So it's very clear to me that you don't know how to engage with me appropriately. You have known me literally my whole entire life. Didn't really care that much. I wasn't that interesting. It's almost like it wasn't until like the last 20 years or so I became interesting or became a human to you. So this desire for connection with me, I really don't understand because I was never a blip on your radar my whole entire life until I got interesting or whatever the thing was. I don't understand your level of engagement. And frankly, it's not appropriate. It's not welcome. I don't want you to text me when I don't respond to your social media posts or call me just randomly to tell me about what's going on in your life. Like, please don't call me and ask me how I'm doing as a caveat to vent about all of your problems. I understand that you don't know how to engage appropriately with other human beings. I mean, you can't know what you were never taught, right? That's not your fault, but it's still not appropriate and it's still not acceptable. And it's not something that I'm willing to tolerate anymore. I'm not going to take your calls. I'm not going to respond to your text messages. I'm not going to respond to your Facebook posts or pings. I just can't engage with you on that level. You have other people in your life that are more than happy to support and love and honor you. That's not a space I can hold for you. If you're going to engage with somebody and you need help with something, you can say, hey, I need this do you have space for me? That has never happened with you. I feel like you just don't have the capacity to care about anyone but yourself, which it is what it is. I can honor you as a human being who you are, and know that we are not aligned, and know that that's okay. I don't need to be aligned with you. It doesn't matter. The relationship doesn't matter. I can engage with whoever I want, whenever I want, and you don't belong in my circle. So, with love and many blessings, please stop. Just stop. I'm done. I'm very, very done. I need you to let go of whatever attachment you have to connecting with me, because frankly, you haven't earned a place at my table. And that bridge is burned at this point. We're not going to be able to engage on that level. So, thank you for allowing me to have this conversation with you. I appreciate your participation today, even if maybe it wasn't exactly voluntary on your behalf. And thank you for receiving this message so that we can move forward in our respective lives with a better understanding of how we can engage or not engage together. I'm still angry with you, by the way, about the disrespectful behavior that you've exhibited. It's not acceptable. And I will release that in time when I'm ready. And it's okay if I'm not. And it's okay if it's never something that I want to release, because frankly, you were horribly inappropriate. And that's not something I can let go. So we're done. Thanks again. We're done. So that was obviously not a pleasant example necessarily of what an energetic conversation can look like, but you can be real. I mean, you can use whatever language you want. You have the space to say or do or be or act or think in any way that makes the most sense to you. I did want to do a little bit of a harder one, because it's okay to be raw, and it's okay to use this opportunity to say whatever it is that you need to say in whatever format makes the most sense. I personally like to do this, sometimes in the car, because no one can tell whether or not you're talking on your phone or singing to the radio, whatever. You can just have that conversation just like I was doing now with this individual in my life. And when you're finished, you just dismiss them and you're done. And like I say, you may or may not notice a change in behavior at all. You may notice subtle changes, or it may be a huge change. It just depends on how the individual you're speaking with engages with that energy. And most of the time, people are not even going to be aware that this is a conversation that you're having, like it's a soul to soul level conversation. They probably won't ever know. And that's totally fine. It's not important. What's important is it gives you a space to talk out what you're holding on to. It's directed at an appropriate place or the appropriate person. And on some level, that message does get received. So I find this an incredibly helpful exercise when I need to release some things that I'm holding on to that need to be directed at the appropriate individual. So I hope this has been helpful. Make sure after you do this engagement that you drink a lot of water, feel all the feels, be kind to yourself as always, because it can be a little intense. I will say that it can sometimes be best if the individual that you're engaging with is maybe at rest or asleep. Not that you need to track that, of course. It still works if they're awake and alert and what's going on, know what's going on. But sometimes that's helpful, especially if it has to be a little bit of a harder conversation like we did today. So if this has helped you, please do comment, share, like, subscribe if you haven't done so already. Your support is very much appreciated, and it allows me to kind of create more content that's more in alignment with whatever it is that you need. So thank you again with glitter on it for spending time with me today, and I hope you have a sparkly day.